Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we are talking about the custom server beta that's currently going on, the wipes happening over on main branch, and potentially the wipes happening for us over on the custom server beta. Of course, we're talking about Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between, and I'm Jade Monkey. Okay, so we got a lot to cover here. I think the best way to do this is probably to go do the wipe schedule for main branch first, and then we'll double back to the custom server stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's fantastic. Honestly, I think just to throw a little something in there for the custom servers now, I think, well, this is where you find it, by the way, PTB, the community tab, Jade Monkey 2X, solo, duo, trio servers. We'll cover more here in a second. I just want to make sure we get the wipe schedule first. But it's been fantastic, and even if they release it in its current state, I can tell you, because we can't talk about the UI yet until Friday, but I can tell you right now with what's currently in there, even if they released it, I think a lot of people are going to be happy, and it looks like they've also got plans to do some really cool stuff in the future as well. I'm very excited about it. We've been having an absolute blast. Again, we'll cover more of this here in a second. Let's go ahead and do the wipes, and then we'll double back to the community server info. Yes. Okay, so main branch monthly, Thursday, the November 16th, 2023. We have what's called a no wipe. That means you keep the blueprints and you keep the map. The next scheduled soft wipe for monthlies, and again this can change, but last time I checked, as of recording this, it is slotted as a soft wipe November 30th. November 30th is the big day. We should be getting our quality of life update on November 30th. Also, the hazmat skin, I believe it's called the Drifter hazmat skin as well, so a lot of very exciting stuff. We don't know if custom servers are going to hit around that time. I'm going to guess it's got to be either on that time or very close, because like I said, things are very smooth for us, and I think even if they released it now, I think it would be solid enough for people to be like, yeah, I'm like enjoying this, and it does look like they're going to be actively adding to it. Anyways, we'll talk more about that in a second. So that's the next scheduled soft wipe. I like to put all of that out there. If you guys are playing on PTB, like that branch, not the community part, but PTB, just kind of expect some more erratic behavior over there, because they're kind of moving those servers from that like branch to the community section under testing. If that makes any sense. I know it sounds weird. But like a lot of people are like, hey, where's Builder's Paradise? Where's Aim Trading? A lot of people still play on PTB just because it seems to run smoother, and it has the new content. I get it. But just kind of expect erratic wipes cycles and stuff. Also, they are testing the gingerbread houses, the ones that teleport in and out for the, I was going to say Halloween. It's not Halloween, it's for Christmas. So that's really cool. We only got those, I want to say, a year ago for us over on PC. So, I mean, things are catching up fast. And I got to tell you, this year's looking so good, especially with the custom servers. Knock on wood, everything's running great. People are having a blast. And man, if we get that as a stable piece and the quality of life is stable, it's big thumbs up for me. Like, let's keep that pace going into the next year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we've got that over there as well. All right, so let's go over to weekly. Sorry, I kind of jumbled up the order here, but I was like, I think it's going to be best if we do this first. Okay, so weekly main branch, November 16th, 2023, Thursday, we have a soft wipe, which entails you keep the blueprints, but the map does wipe. So you lose everything, but you keep the knowledge. And I think these are the times here. I'm either off by an hour, or these are the exact times because we had daylight savings. And in other countries, it can be slightly different, or even in the States, it can be different. So around this time. So around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. PST, and 7:30 p.m. BST are when the servers come back online. 30 minutes prior, they go down. That's just when the cycle happens. I think the store rotation is going to be special items. That makes sense because then on the 30th we're going to have a big set, and then we're also going to have our first hazmat skin, which is super exciting. Actually, the Drifter set looks really, really nice. Not going to lie. Very excited for that. Okay, so now we can go and talk about custom servers. There's a lot to talk about in a good way. If you guys have been on the live streams, you've been checking it out. We've been flying around. We've been taking care of the Zen Chronos garbage. It's been fantastic. So, like, I know Microsoft just recently had a, I don't know if it was recent or if it's going to be in December. It's either going to be December 11th or it's already happened for us. But anyways, Microsoft is outright banning this hardware. So if you want to know more about this, I do have cheat bans update. This is a video. I'll go ahead and link it now in the upper right-hand corner if you want to go check that bad boy out. Sony, no word from them yet, but these are the big sweeps we want to see from the platforms because it's going to be no longer a game ban. I mean, just so we're clear, Double 11 will ban you if you use these devices. It doesn't matter which one. A spoofing device is still cheating. For sure, but like when the system comes in, the platform comes in and starts banning these, it's going to be a big sweep. So we're not sure if the Microsoft one is fully active yet, or if we had the right date or not, because of the date formats in Europe can be flip-flopped for us here in the States, or vice versa, right? So either way, Microsoft's not messing around. They're banning these devices. But essentially, anything that's not licensed now through Microsoft will get a unauthorized message, which means all of these little guys are out of here. Which is fantastic. So also, as I was saying with the custom server stuff, we do have some things in place to handle cheaters. We've already taken care of some of them on our server as well. And when we do, here's the thing. So since it's in a beta, it's like open to everybody. So I didn't want to outright ban them unless somebody's saying something wild. But we do take all of their loot and throw it all over the outpost because I think that's fair, right? It's like not their loot, it's the server's loot. And then we trash the base and say, hey, you can come back to the server, but if you keep doing this, we're going to keep doing that. So I think that's pretty fair. So just to be clear, when these do fully release the custom servers, on our server, we will be banning people that do that. And yes, we know, and yes, we can see. Whatever they've been telling you about Zen, Chronos, Zim, how it's not detectable, untrue. We can see it, and we will take action, just so you know. So just here's just a general rule. Play the game as it was intended and have a good time. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean? I don't want to like. There's tons of people that play legit, and it's fantastic. But it just stinks that we have a couple stinky stinkies that we have to deal with. Anyway, so just so you know, we're very active about that on our server. So to kind of double back here, this is a solo duo trio server with all BPs unlocked in 2x rates. And you might be saying, hey, Jade, that's cool and all, but like, how do you regulate the solo duo trio? Well, there are some fancy things in place to restrict teams. Yeah, these are things they actively have in the server settings that I think we'll have available for the most part. So we can restrict authorization on TCs. So like for my server, the maximum is 3. So only 3 people can authorize on a tool cupboard. And only 3 people can authorize on a turret. And if there are no code locks whatsoever on the server, and you might be saying, how do we get in and out of the thing? Do we have to carry around wooden keys? Negative. What you do is you stay on a team, and that's how the game knows if you guys are on the same like party, same team. And if you want to remove a lock like this, actually it's not going to be a code lock, it'd be a wooden lock, but if you wanted to remove it, just make sure you're on a team. So it's a great way to kind of regulate the fact that like there's going to be no zergs. Here's the other thing too. I know people are like, hey, there's teaming on the server. Maybe we change this in the future, but as it stands now on my server, you can make allies and you can roll together with other teams because here's the thing. They're not going to be lit up for you at all. So you can easily make a mistake. If one guy gets in the mix of 2 teams of 3, they can very easily start lighting each other up. And that confusion is to your advantage. Not to mention, I think it's going to be relatively almost impossible to regulate the fact that people are teaming with our limited resources that we do have. But we don't want to stop people from like making friends or allies and stuff because here's the thing, this is an ARC. These things like wipe on the regular. Now, whether it's bi-weekly or weekly for this particular custom server beta, but we're going to try to take that stance at first to see how well that goes, because a lot of people are like, oh, you know, somebody's rolling 4 deep. I'm like, they can technically, but like it's very crippled as far as like functionality is concerned. So like, it can't be fun to be playing and like not knowing who's on your side, right? So. Yeah, they might be running around 4 deep, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make more friendly fires than the other kind. So just keep that in mind. So that's the route we're going to take because we already have a system in place to restrict the teams. But you'd be surprised, even with a 2x server, if you join our server, it is loaded to the gills, dude. You'll see some crazy big bases. Just 2x, that's it. We did decide to turn on all blueprints, by the way, because we don't know how long this is going to be active, and we wanted to promote people going out there and having a good time interacting with other people. So people seem to be liking it. And also, this is actually a screenshot from the server, exactly. A lot of times I'll announce on the server, we'll do like a public event where I'll throw some drops, some in the safe zone, some out of the safe zone, and kind of like spread them around to kind of get the economy going. But like, it's so easy to get started because you literally hit a couple signs, walk to the outpost, and make yourself a double barrel because all BPs are wide open, and these teams are only 3 deep. So for the most part, it looks like everybody's having a blast. The queues are absolutely ginormous. The server's wide open to everybody, by the way. Feel free to join. Just be patient. They didn't have a lot of these servers up and running. And I know why, because this is a beta. They want to make sure things work correctly. But as soon as this is, I would say, me personally, it's like seeing the back end and all of these different pieces and parts moving. I'm going to say it's been running very well. And the stuff I've seen under the hood, and obviously I can't show the UI, but I can talk about the rest of the stuff, looks really awesome. Like some really exciting stuff looks like it's coming up on the horizon. It's pretty obvious that this is going to be, they put a lot of time into this. And I can't wait to see what the next step is for this, as far as them like adding more stuff. But even the stuff we have right now is fantastic. Oh yeah. Let me talk about this for a second. So yeah, we have team restrictions, boosted rates. That's cool. Here's one of the things I'm talking about. They do have a preset. It's currently not working, but it could easily work. Maybe it's working by the time this video comes out. I don't know. But there is already built in a setting to turn on recyclers at stables. Yes. Fishing village. Yes. Oil rig, large and small. And get this, cargo ship. That's wild. Think about that for a second. You're like, what? That's insane. So you can pick all of them, or you can pick some of them. You can pick the monuments that are on your map as well. Some of them may not come in based off of like how the map is rendered, and it's very much like PC version. If there's not enough room, it'll leave some of them out, but it tries to fit all of the monuments in that it can. And there seems to be proc generation too for the seeds. You have presets, but there's also like you can type in some numbers and get a seed like we do here. For example, my server is a preset number from a collection that they picked for this round, and then RazorTube's server is a proc gen server. So, and they both run great. So that's really exciting. I'm super happy that they have that in there, because I think it really helps like mix things up a bit. So yeah, with these recyclers in place, that's going to be awesome. Ours, just so you know, on my server, when I currently have these active for stables, fishing village, and I think that's it. Stables and fishing village. Yeah, stables and fishing village. So if you see them there, then that means this is functional now. They're currently active, but they're not showing up, so clearly they're not functional. But yet, but it's just really nice to see that as an option. But if these don't work, if you stick around, I'll have a video when this fully releases, and I'll have a way that we can actually put them in there manually, and that'll be fantastic. So be on the lookout, because we'll probably end up putting these out on a manual level here on our server. But it's also worth mentioning too that, like, yes, the server queues are only 100 deep, so you'll have to be patient. And what we've been doing is, because this is open to everybody can absolutely positively join this. We want to make sure everybody gets the experience as much as possible. We are, for people that are supporting the channel, people that are channel members, as a thank you, we're giving them VIP. The way we're doing that is, over on the on my channel, under the community tab, there's a members only post. Just drop your PSN or XBL. And I do see that there, and then you guys can like check it off, and you guys will know when it's in there. Here's the thing, since we don't know how long this is going to run for, because I would hate to think like, because I don't know if this stops on Friday or not, right? So if this does go down Friday, and if you've got the membership or whatever, whether you have a channel membership or not, the first month when these do drop, everybody that's a channel member now will have the first month VIP on all of the servers that I have. So we've got you covered regardless, since we don't know a lot of information with this, and we want to make sure everybody gets like a good experience. And so all the VIP does is, like, once you're in the queue, you just move to the front of the line. And the server population, just so you know, the VIP population doesn't spike over anything above 18%. Most of the time it floats around like 8 and 12%. So like a vast majority of the server is still just open. So if you're like, hey, why is the queue so big? It's because there's just limited servers. So you'll just have to be patient. So again, it's not like, it's a thank you for the channel members. So if you do have VIP, and again, if somehow this this stops on Friday or whenever they decide to pull this, everybody that's a channel member now that has VIP will have VIP on my servers for the first month, all of them, whether you're a channel member or not after that. So there it is. It's fantastic, dude. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Be on the lookout here. I do drop some airdrops around. I do like to spectate. I am on a delay, so if I'm streaming this, I won't go inside your base unless you invite me in. I don't want to be giving up people's, like, you know, TC locations. I'm not a douchebag. Uh, but we are observing like gunfights and stuff. I'll be vanished, so I try to not interfere. And we are in a delay during the stream, so if you are in the firefight and you're watching, it's not going to give anybody an advantage. And also, you can't see me, but I can turn on lights, and we can see it, but you guys can as the fighters or the ones engaging in the action. So it's usually, dude, it's a ton of fun. I'm telling you, just observing some of these firefights is fantastic. We might throw in a couple airdrops to spice things up or spawn in a crate or two, but we want to make sure that it's in the mix so people have an opportunity to play and just interact with the server and stuff. It's they're kind of like events. I guess you would call them events, right? Right, sure. So we've been doing that a lot. People seem to love it. And since we have all BPs unlocked, like literally you can get in there and just make whatever. Bases are huge. People are having a blast. We've got a huge mix of people all over the place, from all over the globe. So very, very exciting. Yeah, can't wait for this to actually drop. As soon as we have an actual date, we'll let you guys know. I'm kind of planning on, because I know I'm just like rambling on. That's why I wanted to do this one last, because I was like, I know I'm just going to keep going on this. So check it out. We don't know if Friday we lose access or not. We don't know if they're going to continue it. I don't know what the plan is. If we do get it continued past Friday, I do want to try to do a wipe on our server, on the community server. I guess I'll maybe run a poll during the live stream to see what people really want to do. I think it would be kind of cool to go through a wipe cycle, right? My plan is, when these do fully come out, is to run bi-weekly servers as much as I possibly can. What does that mean? 2 weeks into the month, it's a soft wipe, and at the end of the month, it's a hard wipe to kind of keep things fresh. And I think we'll probably turn off all BPs. Again, we'll probably make a big poll on this. But when this fully comes out, we'll probably do the same configuration, but we'll take out all the BPs, because I think you'll find that a 2x absolutely injects the server with crazy amounts of stuff. And that's just the harvesting rates. We left the loot tables like completely alone. So just doing that alone has made the server absolute chaos. Let's put it this way. I've been playing on PC since it came out, so almost 10 years on PC Rust. When I go across my server, it feels like a 200, 300 pop server. There's like a base every 20 feet. It's insane, and it's awesome. So, get in there, have a good time, let us know. And it's a great time to interact with us, to talk with us. We often will be at the outpost talking to people. We did troll people a little bit. We put a bunch of guns in the guard shack so nobody could get to it. That was kind of funny. A little trolly, but that was funny. We do whatever we can to make sure that we protect the server's economy as much as possible, and to make sure that we're getting rid of the cheaters. I know I said that earlier, but we really do. I've caught quite a few already. And again, we're not banning them for the beta, but I will ban them when this fully comes out. And I already have a list of those people that I've warned on our server, so they're automatically going on the ban list for my main release. But just know, we're watching for it. Use the in-game report system. Ooh, I sound like Komomo now. Make sure you use the in-game report system, and we will track them down and we will find them. And they will not be allowed to play on the server. So yeah, take some solitude in that. Sometimes it might take a little bit of time, but for the most part, we're catching these dudes as they come in. The last guy I caught, I teleported him to the top of the lighthouse. He goes, what? I just got on the server. He's like, I haven't even done anything. I was like, I know what you're doing. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you better come clean. And yeah, it was great. Hopefully we can stream some of that stuff in the future here. Okay, well, I'm rambling on. I apologize. If you want to know more about the custom servers, what's going on currently, I do have a video on that. It should already be up on the end screen now. It's custom server beta. And just be on the lookout for that community tab and the members only post, and you'll see everything listed under there. And remember, everybody gets grandfathered for that first month of the servers being out, fully released on all of my servers. So if somehow you come in on a Thursday and you miss it and you've only got a day, you should be covered. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream /video. Love you. Bye.